Hi there guys, and welcome to this week's key comic review for tomorrow, which is Wednesday the 8th of January. Just had to check there just to make sure I'm accurate. Basically we're going to run down all of the comics that we see as key issues that we recommend that you pick up tomorrow on Wednesday the 8th of January in your local comic book shop. Make sure, guys, if you like this type of content, that you hit the subscribe button down there, and obviously tick the little bell for our notifications. And also, if you could give us a thumbs up, it gives us a good indication that this is the kind of stuff that you would like to see.
This is the future.
So hi there guys, welcome back, and this is going to be our very first video going through key issues for obviously the coming week. It's the 8th of January tomorrow, so we've got around about 15 books that we're going to go through with you, first of which we're going to get straight in there. So first book that we're going to which is a key of the week, is going to be Batman number 86. Basically, reason why we're recommending this is basically it's the start of a new creative team, so these issues tend to be quite more sought after, if obviously, especially if this arc obviously becomes really good. People obviously normally look at these issues as jumping on points, so they're quite popular. But yeah, we've got basically a new creative team in James Tynion the fourth, I believe, who's the writer, and Tony Daniel obviously doing the art on this. Just to point out as well, this issue does have two first appearances, Mr. Teeth and Gunsmith, I do believe. So very much worth obviously checking this out. Also, we're going to be me and Tom going to be doing the review of this particular issue on in Thursday's video. Make sure you check that out, guys. As I say, we do our sort of like top picks on reviews of those books on Thursdays. Right then, moving on. Second one up is this Daphne Burn number 1. It's a Hill House Comics DC back label from obviously Joe Hill. I haven't picked up any of these, but again, they have been proving very popular. Obviously, it's a horror installment. This one's apparently about a girl who you can see on the cover there. She's got this kind of like entity type of living within her that she all of a sudden discovers. Obviously, it's not the most friendly of entities, and but apparently this poor girl has also had her father murdered. So what do you do when you're a young girl and you find out that you've got a murderous entity living within you? You invoke a load of revenge. So that's basically the general premise of this. Hopefully it's quite it's a bit more open book than that, but yeah, check this one out because they have been proving popular, especially if you're into your horror. Final DC book that we want to point out is this particular one, Young Justice. I do believe it's more aimed sort of like at potentially at like the younger readers, but this one, it's Young Justice number 12. The reason why this is going to prove quite popular is that it's the first team up of Naomi, the Wonder Twins, and the Young Justice team as well. So just obviously keep that in mind. Next up, we're moving on to Marvel, and one of the big Marvel releases this week is this Star number 1. There's a lot of variant covers available in this one, and yeah, as I say, you've got a J. Scott Campbell, so that's going to be the one that I'm going to be looking at. Me and Tom are also going to be reviewing this as one of our top picks. It's first solo series for Star. It's a number 1, so yeah, this one should probably not immediately. It's going to probably have quite a high print run, but maybe in years to come some of the variants will be picked up. Obviously, there is this one here, the J. Scott Campbell. There is a standard Star cover, but there's also a Virgin variant, which I think is a 1 in 200. But yeah, just keep an eye open for those variants, guys, because they should be quite collectible. Second Marvel one of the week. Again, this is another one that we're going to be reviewing on Thursday. It is Marvel's X number 1. This one's potentially basically setting up There's a bit of an Earth X trilogy coming out, and yeah, it's going to be quite. It should be quite a decent event. Obviously, we're going to review it on Thursday. We'll give you guys obviously an idea of whether we like it or not, and indeed whether we will continue to obviously feature it. But definitely, there's a bit of hype around this one, so it's quite good. Cover art, I believe, by Alex Ross as well. So again, if you're an Alex Ross fan, I certainly am. So I'm picking it up obviously to read it. So yeah, so that's another little added bonus there as well. Right then, we move on to some more Marvel ones. These are sort of like lower down the order, but we've basically got this Savage Avengers number 9. This one potentially is basically saying that Doctor Strange is going to turn into the Iron Mage, so it's a key. We've also got New Mutants number 5. The reason why this one is going to be popular, I'm just looking at my notes, is apparently we're going to see the reintroduction of the Shi'ar Death Commandos and reintroduction of Deathbird. Haven't been reading New Mutants. It was one of the ones that I dropped, obviously, after House of X, Powers of X, in terms of from a collecting point of view, because I'm still yet to read those. But it was one of those ones that I didn't carry on with, but still key. We've next got up Magnificent Ms. Marvel, which is obviously issue 11 for her, and this one is a key because it is the first appearance of Storm Ranger. Now then, guys, we move on to this one. It is, I believe, a one-shot. It is The End Miles Morales. I believe there are a few of these The End books coming out, and they aren't part of the actual normal continuity of the ongoing series featuring these characters, but they're almost like a Marvel's a different twist on like the What If. But instead of it being a What If, we're basically going to go to the end of these character stories. Not obviously a guarantee that this is how it's going to turn out, but we possibly might see the appearance of maybe like new characters, and ultimately it'll be like the first publicised death, I believe, of Miles Morales. And also, if you can tell from the cover, he's going to be an old man, so it's going to be first appearance of old man Miles Morales as well. So we'll be reviewing this one on Thursday, so again, we definitely recommend that one's probably worth a look. Another Marvel one for you here. It's a bit of a crossover issue here. It's the Runes of Ravencroft Carnage. Can't really speak much about this one. I don't know. I know obviously Carnage, but like Runes of Ravencroft, never read any of those around that. This one basically, it's going to be kicking off the arc of Runes of Ravencroft, obviously set in the psychiatric prison. But again, not something that I'm imagining that it must be a bit like Marvel's equivalent to Arkham Asylum with DC potentially. First, final Marvel one mentioning here. This is The Rise of Kylo Ren. This is a photo variant cover on here, but I'll be doing a review of this on Thursday. First issue was, if you're into your Star Wars and into your general, like, well, what happened? Where did Kylo Ren come from? The books have peaked in value quite a lot. Those number one Rise of Kylo Ren books, because of basically you see that origin, and it's not quite exactly how you would naturally turn out, even if you've seen Rise of Skywalker. So yeah, that's why I'm looking at this one. So we're moving on to Boom Studios now. This one is Buffy the Vampire number 11. We're in this Hellmouth event, and this is where we see the first appearance of Kendra, the Vampire Slayer. I did watch the TV show, so I recognise like the Kendra character, but this is the first appearance of her, and she's kind of like, I think she's like a younger Vampire Slayer, but yeah, it's going to obviously throw in some nice dynamics there. Image, we've just got the one book there. Key issue is going to be The Clock number 1. From what you can tell on there with the biohazard symbol on there, it's like obviously the clock with the biohazard around the world at the end. Lovely, really nice obviously cover there, and basically it's a story about a pandemic that's basically sweeping across the earth, and apparently a cancer expert or researcher is the main sort of like I'd say hero from what I know, and it's about him trying to save the world basically. So winner. So then, moving on to the last couple of books, with looking at IDW. Now, this is, I've never read Power Rangers comics or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but Tom is really into them. So what we're going to be doing is on Thursday again, we will be reviewing this crossover event of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's a 5-part series, so there's only going to be 5 issues, so hopefully it's good. But we'll be catching up with that on Thursday, so make sure you check back then. This one, it's a key because it's a debut apparently of Shredder, a new Shredder costume, and also new Shredder powers. So I don't know what they are, but let's check that out. And the final one, unsurprisingly, is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 101. This one is basically, it's going to have, the reason why this is a key is it's the first appearance of Mona Lisa in comics. Not appeared in comics before and only appeared previously on the animated TV show. Again, I haven't been into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff until, since I was a long time ago, so I have very little knowledge. I believe Tom is going to be doing a retrospective read through of the first 100 issues, and also obviously continuing on with this series at some point on the channel. Not sure whether we're going to review issue 101 on Thursday, but it is one of our key issues. And that brings us to the end, guys. So thanks ever so much for watching. Hopefully you found that interesting. If you have got any comments or any questions, or if there are books that we've missed from our key list that you think we should be checking out, do let us know. But apart from that, guys, thanks ever so much for watching. Make sure, if you want to see more of this, that you are subscribed to us, and you are obviously giving us that thumbs up, just to let us know that this is the kind of format stuff that you like to watch. Thanks again, guys. See ya.